All right. What episode are we on? Shit,
18.
I always
18. Wow.
Oh, Lord.
All right. So this is episode 18 of the Zheroes podcast. I'm John, and we're joined
I'm Aaron.
by Aaron.
And I'm Fred.
Aaron. No, me, Aaron. That's Fred.
Oh, it's Fred and Aaron. Awesome.
Fred and Aaron. I get top billing.
What do you mean, top Billy?
Fred. Never mind. Anyways, how's everyone been?
Yeah, it's been pretty great. Had a lot of fun so far these past few days. How about you guys?
Very good, very good. I've been, my shoulder's all messed up, so I had to go do some physical therapy. But other than that, everything's been alright.
What about you, Fred?
It's been, besides more phenomenal expo, it's just been kind of meh, I guess. I got to hang out with Sabrina, but that's about it.
Guess it's a good time.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah. But so Aaron apparently finally watched Darling in the Franxx. Aaron, what's your opinion?
Yeah.
Um,
What brought you to watch it? What convinced you?
Okay, so, well, first of all, we had Fred's conundrum of waifu, top priority waifu-ness and whatnot. So they're drawing the waifu wars that I'm currently working on. And I don't know, we always kept talking about her. Everyone else kept talking. No idea what she was like. I just only knew her from the pictures. Fred seems to like it. I haven't really watched any mecha animes ever. So I was like, all right, one, this will help me get to learn about Zero Two and if and why Fred likes her. And then I could also go on trying to see, why people are so obsessed with this character. Also, I was curious about the whole Ichigo news. Everyone's been sending death threats to that actress, the voice actress, and the animators, and all that kind of crap. So I'm like, all right, I gotta get to the bottom of this. Fucking Detective Aaron to the rescue. I'm gonna see what's going on. I'm gonna watch the anime. I'm gonna see what's going on behind, everything else, and see why people like this anime so much.
Yeah. I kind of want to do that because they're throwing a lot of accusations, but I think it's just a lot of people being trash, like from the outside looking in.
Yeah, I just don't understand, because I don't understand the hate that comes with it, because a lot of people really hate the anime, and I'm never one to really hate an anime. I'll think an anime is not that great, but I've never been like, oh, that anime is just super trash. Because I feel like a lot of anime out there deserves a lot of respect because of, the fact that, people worked fucking hard on that. They had a whole animation team and voice actors and all that kind of crap. They had to all get together and do all the bullshit. So, yeah. Other than that, so Darling in the Franxx for me, it's not bad, but at the same time, it's not great. I feel like a majority of the storyline is very unoriginal. They play off on a lot of typical anime tropes that I feel like have been overdone. And I don't know why people are so obsessed with the character Ichigo, who's in love with Hiro. Because I'm guessing I know I already got a spoiler. I haven't gotten caught up all the way because I'm watching the dub like a pleb that I am. But I know that later down the line that Ichigo goes off and tells Hiro that she loves him and whatnot. I'm guessing that's why the fanboys are all pissed off. I'm not 100% sure, but
they're pissed off because Ichigo is like forbidden Zero Two from seeing Hiro.
Well, even then, it doesn't matter because Ichigo's kind of been like that since the beginning. She's been very jealous, and she pretty much has always loved a Hiro from episode 1, pretty much.
Yeah.
But here's what I don't. If she loves Hiro so much, how come she's not the one piloting a Franxx with him?
Well,
dumbass. They already showed it. they already showed why, like, because she did a test pilot with Hero. Remember?
Yeah.
After Hero piloted with 02 successfully in the first episode, next episode they go in, and then Ichigo's just like, I'll pilot with Hero, showing that she could also pilot with him, and it's not just 02. But then she couldn't do it. Hero couldn't pilot with her. It was absolute failure.
Yeah, what I mean is before that though, before you piloted with 02,
dumbass, they probably tried it and it didn't work. That's why. I'm pretty sure they had tried before. I mean, if it failed now, do you think it didn't succeed in the past?
Yeah, like
of course it failed in the past.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but like in the first episode, there was another girl, and this was Hero's previous partner.
Yeah.
And like she's getting sent away because she's not compatible with him.
Yeah, I mean, it makes no sense why people would be upset. Of course, people getting upset these days are all kinds of stupid. So I don't know. But I mean, like I said, the anime is not bad. It's not amazing either. It's not like next episode. It's kind of like your basic. It kind of gets towards like almost harem anime, which is. But other than that, like I said, it bounces off and uses a lot of the basic anime tropes that are out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know how far you've gone into it, John.
Yeah, I've done about maybe six episodes, I believe.
Oh well, I don't know. It's just I feel like it could have been better. I like the animation though. Kind of minimalist, but in a good way. Very clean. They make it look clean, and they don't put a lot of shadows and highlights or all of that kind of stuff. I've seen a lot of the animation, and I'm not saying that's bad, but they pull it off pretty well with the least amount of details possible.
Mm-hmm.
That, and I hate 02 right now. If anyone, I hate 02 is because just more basic anime bullshit that I felt like is just annoying, and I hate it, and it's annoying.
Yeah.
At least where I'm at right now, I think I'm on like episode 12.
Oh yeah, I do way far in so far.
Yeah, I'm pretty far in because I know the subbed version is like episode 16, 15.
Yeah. So it was actually longer than 12 episodes, which is pretty good.
Yeah. So like I'm already on episode 12 and I'm kind of waiting for the other episodes to come out so I can go watch it. But like I said, meh.
The dogs are just barking.
Yeah, they are.
Want to send them over.
But if I had to give it a solid rating, like 1 out of 10.
What out of 10?
A 1 out of 10. 1.
Oh.
Fred. That's the normal. That would be the normal scale of things. I would have to go probably. It's not like great. Like if I had to put it against like my top favorite animes compared to like the ones I don't really like. It's probably like at a 4, maybe like a 4.5.
Okay. Have you guys seen Evangelion, that old anime?
No, you mean Neon Genesis?
Yeah.
Evangelion, yeah. No, I haven't.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
A lot of people
That was
are comparing
recommended.
it. Yeah, a lot of people comparing it because it's pretty good. It has pretty good fights and action, and it's like hailed as a classic anime that people should check out.
That's why I want to watch it. That's why I want to watch it because it is hailed as a classic. And like, cause I was talking with my friend Zach about it, and cause he was talking about Evangelion like with me like a while back, and I watched Darling in the Franxx, and I was just like, this kind of does remind me a lot of what Evangelion was told to be like, where it's not just like like mobile suits. It's not just like a big ass mecha. It's like it turns into a thing, as you can see in one of the later episodes. But like, there's even a berserk mode and all that kind of crap, and it's pretty much like page for page when it comes to like the actual machines or the mechas, kind of Evangelion-esque.
Yeah, like it's good all around. I think that it's very I don't know. It has a lot to it. It has kind of layers to it. It's not so straightforward. But yeah, a lot of people are comparing it to Evangelion because it's like a mech and it focuses on young characters and there's kind of a I wouldn't say there was so much a love triangle in Evangelion, but it's kind of similar. People are like shipping the characters. You know?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think it's well, I don't know. It's hard to judge something new when it's new compared to something old because it's easy to call something old like good or classic. But,
well, I mean, like, how many people said that Naruto were just like Dragon Ball when it first came out?
Yeah, like that's a pretty good example. Just saying, like, it's hard to judge something's cultural impact while it's still coming out. But
Yeah.
I honestly think this might be just a blip in the road. Like maybe a year or two from now, people won't remember the anime unless it does something.
Yeah, probably. This will probably be like the Garlic Jr. saga of Dragon Ball.
Like we'll probably see cosplayers like crazy next convention, and then after a while you'll just see like one or two.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's gonna die out pretty quick.
Yeah.
It's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna have a very big impact on the anime culture as is.
All right. Thanks, Jacqueline, for listening to the podcast. If you or anybody else with you that's listening has anything to say,
yes.
just put in the comments.
Thanks, Jacqueline.
Like the video too, if you want. If you wanna get as many likes as possible.
You don't have to, but you must.
They're compelling you. Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't think it'll be that memorable going forward, but it's like the flavor of the week right now.
Yeah, pretty much. It just came out, and I think the only reason it's still got itself going is because it has Zero2 and Ichigo. If it wasn't for those two, I don't feel like it would still be running today, or it would still be going in as strong as it is right now. Because I don't know. I don't see the appeal other than that.
I can't really analyze it when I haven't seen all of it, but let's see. When you look at the characters, like they have to be kind of complex characters, and some of them are just like one or two note. Ichigo is kind of different because I see her as like kind of going against the grain, even though like she's not main girl, she really wants to be with Hero. That's kind of refreshing, but I don't know. Zero2 is a bit different from what I've seen, but Hero is kind of just, again, like how I said, the boring protagonist syndrome. He doesn't really have a personality. He just wants to be friends with
I don't know why, but Ichigo kind of reminds me of Sakura.
Ichigo reminds you of Sakura? How?
Yeah. Well...
How? Elaborate.
Like, you know how Sakura is with Sasuke?
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit of that. Not exactly to that level, but like a little bit of it.
Well, okay. You didn't answer the question. How? How do they remind you of that?
It's like, you know how Sakura is with Sasuke?
Meaning,
like, how she's also in love with him and everything, like, the way she was with Ino during, like, the first few episodes.
Sure.
Yeah. Even though, like,
viewers that are listening, we have a poll at the top of the screen. At the right, there's a little eye symbol. You can click on that, and you have a poll. It says, "Is the hate against Ichigo justified? Yes or no?" So let us know what you're thinking.
No, it's never justified.
Don't send hate to the voice actresses.
Right?
Don't do it.
Not do it. I was thinking the voice. I heard it was also like the artists as well. Like even the artists were getting.
That's.
And I thought, like, that's very dumb. It's very immature of people, just
Definitely.
because their ship didn't work out.
Mm.
Basically, is kind of what it's come down to.
And then it just became kind of like a circle jerk of just like, it's fun to hate Ichigo.
I mean,
Well,
Ichigo's cool and all.
definitely meme-wise. Like on Facebook, if you ever go to like a anime Facebook page and they share something related to Darling in the Franxx, it's just like nothing but like death memes for her, just like wishing she would die and all that stuff.
I thought it was people that played video games that were bad when it came to like people like the directors messing with the game, like the game devs and all that. Like I remember back then on Call of Duty, I forgot which one, but they like stretched out the reload time on one of the sniper rifles because it was too overpowered. They sent like everyone sent death threats, all like to activists or like to whatever. But yeah, it was bad. Oh, sorry, but I can't complain. I almost sent death threats to fucking Blizzard because they messed with Mercy. How dare you? How many times? How many times will she take your blows, Blizzard? You basically killed my video game waifu. You killed her. How dare you? I gave up playing Overwatch just because you kept fucking with her. God damn it! No, I didn't send death threats or almost sent death threats, but
the closest I've ever went to sending a death threat was back in middle school when me and John first learned like the location of Funimation Studios here in America, how it's just like in Round Rock. Me and John were talking about like we should hold the studio up, you know, like hold people hostage and be like, we demand that you make more episodes of Dragon Ball Z.
I don't think I would have done that.
No, but no, we were just talking about doing that. We weren't actually going to do it. We were just talking about doing that. Like holding the studio hostage and demand for more episodes of Dragon Ball Z. And then lo and behold, we got Dragon Ball, we got Battle of the God not too long after that. It was kind of weird for me. Because like I feel like somebody probably overheard me like talking to John about that and actually did it themselves and we just never knew.
Come on, man. They make this stuff in Japan.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I do. Not to know.
I mean, would you ever try and do that from? Are there any anime that y'all seen where like you would actually not really do it, but like talk about doing it, like holding the studio hostage for more episodes?
No, I'm not psychotic like that.
John?
I wouldn't really.
Oh.
Maybe I would like force the creator to take assistance for Hunter x Hunter. Like
okay, yeah.
To have like people there helping him, and he can get his work done faster. But you know, I wouldn't put a gun to his head.
Oh, wow. I know, not to his head, but like the studio.
I don't know. He's the one making it. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
We're all waiting on him.
Oh, that's true.
No one must mess with my art piece.
So I guess that explains why I'm in Slytherin then.
Are you in Slytherin?
Yeah,
Yes,
according to the Pottermore test, I'm Slytherin. Aaron is Ravenclaw. John, have you taken the Pottermore test before?
I have not.
Okay, I guess I'll let Sabrina know and she can like be there to help you take the Pottermore test.
Alright.
Cause like, oh my gosh, when we were in San Marcos, like Alicia was taking it, and Sabrina was like so excited about it.
I don't know why.
I don't think I've ever seen that much emotion from her like, at one time ever.
I must really like quizzes.
No, I think she's just really into Harry Potter for some reason.
Yeah.
And it's like basically it's just a quiz of like, do you prefer day or night? People often describe me as, you know, things like that. This is like a personality test almost.
I took a personality test, but it was to find out my political ideology, and
And what is your political ideology?
it was liberal libertarian. And I didn't exactly agree with the libertarian part, but I don't know. I had to write a whole essay about it. It's really boring.
I bet. I hate writing essays.
I'm
Same.
getting better at it. I just don't like doing it for too long. Like, if you ask me to do 4 pages, I probably can't.
Like, oh my god, the one time I was excited, I was happy to write an essay was like my final exam last semester. Basically, I had to write an essay about a country on the spot, and I had to like talk about the flora and fauna, the food, basically all of its culture and stuff. And I wrote about Japan. I got a 105 on my, because I also did a extra assignment for bonus points. I got a 105 on my final exam.
Nice.
So
You know,
yeah,
but I don't care. So let's not talk about school because I'm pretty sure people don't want to listen to us talk about school.
Do you,
well, I mean,
do you guys know about the new God of War?
The what?
God of War?
I know about
the
it.
new God of War. God
Yeah.
of War.
You guys looked into it at all? Seen anything about
I
it?
don't know why I thought you said Uganda War. I was just like,
this isn't any better of a
Uh,
topic.
I was just like, what is Knuckles
Like-
gonna do about that one?
Show it the way.
Yeah, you will. Show us the way.
Like you're going
Sorry.
you're going to learn the way one way or another, my god.
But yeah,
Sorry, well-
God of War is it's really cool because they have this new weapon for Kratos, and it's like an axe that acts like Mjolnir. You can like throw it, and then it comes back to you. And it's like the funnest thing in the world to play with.
I bet. I haven't played any of the real God of War games.
Yeah, I haven't really at all.
So
Neither have I.
I was kind of iffy on it then because it was a PlayStation exclusive, still is, but because of that, I also never really played any of the God of War games because I only had an Xbox.
Isn't it Jason Momoa came out and said he'd want to play Kratos in a live action movie?
Who?
Jason Momoa, he played Aquaman.
Aquaman,
Oh.
Drogo, too.
I mean, I'm sorry, he played Aquabro.
Yeah, he was in Knock.
I think he'd be a pretty good fit. I saw the photoshopped image. It's not bad. But, you know, they always mess up these video game movies, so it's hard to look forward to something.
I feel
that has
sorry
to do
for
with video
DC.
games.
Like I feel sorry for DC when it comes to movies because I actually like as much as I like hate on them, I kind of want them to actually succeed a little bit, but they haven't succeeded in pretty much any of the movies they've released.
Yeah.
Like
The
even
movies
their
are pretty weak.
big budget movie, even like their big budget movie that was supposed to contend with Marvel's Infinity War fucking bailed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a steaming pile, at least for me.
Yeah.
Like-
I wonder how.
Like, I feel like Dragon Ball Evolution was better than Justice League.
I doubt that one, Fred. All right, let's not try to get too cocky about ourselves. I don't.
No. Like, we even explained this on the podcast. Rico even agreed with me that Dragon Ball Evolution was better than Justice League.
No.
No,
I'm
he
sorry.
did.
It doesn't
No,
have
you-
Krillin.
Huh?
It doesn't have Krillin, so it's automatically bad.
Yeah, it didn't
Oh,
have
yeah.
Krillin.
Yeah.
And Yamcha didn't get as whooped as he should have.
Yeah, but no, cause like I remember Rico said that like if he had friends over and like they would watch Dragon Ball Evolution just to make fun of it or like something like that, but he can't feel himself watching Justice League just to make fun of it. Just because Justice League is that bad, because like it's not so bad that it's funny or something like that.
I can see that. Yeah. You guys saw the new Deadpool trailer, right?
Oh my gosh, I don't like it.
You don't.
What?
Tell me
I
why.
like how he was so happy about it. He was like, "Oh my gosh, don't like it."
It's just I just don't like it because it shows us stuff in the movie and it actually explains what the movie's about and gives away too much.
But what if they're just lying to you?
Dude, that would be so awesome if they were lying to me. Like, honestly, I hope we're being lied to.
Marvel does that now with they switch out the clips with
Yeah.
clips that are altered in post, like how in the trailers Thor had well, spoilers, but Thor had both of his eyes, when in the movie that wasn't true.
Yeah.
I never noticed that. Oh, that's right. In the trailer, there was like 1 month after Ragnarok. Yeah, you're right.
They even did that with the Infinity War trailer. They gave him, like the one before Ragnarok, they gave him his eye, and then they swapped it out later, and now he had the eye patch over his eye. So, you know, that's something they do now. It could possibly trip you up, and then make you think something's happening when it's actually not. It kind of got me mad with the Spider-Man trailer. Like, I think it should have been a meme, but it wasn't. There's this scene where Iron Man and Spider-Man are flying through the city. Spider-Man's web swinging, Iron Man's flying right next to him, and they're swinging through the city, right? And that scene never takes place in the movie. It's like promotional CGI that never made it into the film, and they use it in all of their posters.
Trailers. Yeah.
Their posters. Watch. Okay. Spider-Man Homecoming poster. And it's like the same picture over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Let me see if I can get it. I'd like to share my screen. I wonder if I can do that. It's really quick. Or I'll just take a screen cap, or I don't know. Because you won't be able to see all. Let me see. I'll just take a few pictures and then post them in the thing. I'll make a gallery. But basically, there's a picture of Iron Man flying, and it's the same picture. He has one pose, and he's doing the same pose in like 14 posters. And I kind of want to add him into the posters that he's not in, just as a joke.
Go, dude.
Yeah, but it's kind of like that's kind of too much for that. No one cares about the Spider-Man poster.
So, is Rico really at a strip club?
Would it matter?
I mean, it's not something I see him doing, but yeah, not really.
Why? How do you not see him doing that? He's okay. Never mind.
I mean, like I don't know. I just can't see him. No.
I can't see me at a strip club. I could see Rico at a strip club.
I mean, you've been to one, so like I can already see you at one. But yeah.
Yeah, but I don't even like strip clubs.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Never mind.
It's too like depressing.
It's what?
I said it feels too depressing.
It is. It's like some.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be.
Tell me why we should be happy, Fred.
I mean, like the way Hollywood portrayed it, it shouldn't be. But when I think about like Aaron's story from when he went, yeah, he's kind of right.
What?
Like when you talked about how you went back in New Orleans.
But how does my story make it sad or like? What?
I don't know. It just makes sense to me. I don't know why.
Do you even remember the story?
Kind of, sort. I'm just gonna say not really.
And then shut up. Don't use me as your example. Fight your own battles, Fred. Fight your own battles. Don't use me.
Okay.
I'm drawing the sleeves on Toko right now, or I'm coloring it.
Alright.
But yeah, drawing the Franks could have been better.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue there. Because it's like the first few episodes, like I was really into it. Then like after like episode 5, I was kind of like, I was just kind of mad. Now I'm just like it's become like Twilight for me, where I'm just watching it because I want to see how it ends.
I wouldn't even want to watch Twilight for that. But when it comes down to it, I feel like a majority of the characters in Darling in the Franxx are fairly cookie cutter. They just took other characters from other animes and pretty much just gotten copy paste them into theirs, and it's just boring. When it comes down to the characters, the only one that's different, I would have to say, is Hero. He's a little bit of more unique spin on the boring character. But other than that, like even 02 is, I feel like, is a kind of a copy paste clone.
What character? Or just the
Huh?
clone in general? Any character specifically, or just in general?
Like 02 in general is just like, I feel like she's just, I've seen her done in other animes where it's just like they did it better, and I've now seen it so many times that it's gotten annoying. Jesus, Fred, close your door.
Oh no, that's my dad. Hold on.
Close your door so we don't have to hear him dying in the background. We don't want to have to hear you lose a family member.
So, don't die for the dead.
But yeah, it's just.
I have the pictures going up now of Spider-Man.
Oh, let me see. Do you? Oh no, not yet. Okay.
It's gonna be at the end of the video soon. But yeah, it's the same picture of Iron Man over and over. I added a meme one too. Because a lot of people were saying it was just Iron Man 4.
No. Downey already agreed not to do another Iron Man.
Yeah, but he was like in so much of the promotional material.
Yeah, might as well.
So, yeah.
They tricked you. They tricked you there.
They're already dead.
Where did Fred go? Jesus, I thought he was just gonna close his door. But Black Clover, that anime.
Tell me how you're liking it so far.
So far, it's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's overall like amazeballs, but it's kept me there through entertainment value. That's pretty much it. The fight scenes, they have like you're like kind of goosebumps, like hair-raising moments, which is pretty good. I always love those moments when you're watching a fight scene go down, and then the character does something, and then like the hairs on my arms will like stand up. Fred, Jesus, you're fucking loud.
Sorry.
But yeah, it's pretty much. Is your door open, Fred?
No, it's closed. My door's closed. His door is closed.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's like a lot of hair-raising moments when it comes to fight scenes, but it has a downfall with the animation, and they use some CG, not in the characters fighting, but when it comes down to, because they'll use like magic and all that kind of stuff, and if there's like a huge mass, like someone like magicked up this huge sword, like you could see the sword itself looks just like this huge block of CG, and it's annoying. Oh, yeah. And I hate like, that's just my personal like pet peeve when it comes to animation, and when I'm watching like anime is when I see CG in there. That's just like the worst turn off for me. So that was the only thing. Like there'll be a couple of parts where you'll see some CG and it's just kind of annoying, but other than that, it's funny as hell. I'll give it that. Like there's this one character, he's like no one really understands him, and they think he's real weird because he just doesn't really talk, but when he does, he just kind of like whispers to himself like real lightly. He's almost like he's mumbling, but what he says when he's doing it is funny as hell, because I don't know, I just laugh. But like that character's funny, the main character's funny. He's basically like, someone saw My Hero Academia, saw Bakugo, and was just like, we can make our own anime around that character. We'll do it. So like, I think it's good. It's a good anime if you want to pass the time. It's something you could watch. I'd recommend it.
Yeah, I'll definitely give it a look-see. I'm having more time lately, so. I can definitely look into that. And
What show are you talking about?
To talk about.
Black Clover.
Oh yeah, that took out
How
that
far is
chance
it
too.
currently? If you know.
How far am I? I'm on episode 26, 25.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like I want to say I started watching it yesterday, and I'm already this far into it. But it's real good. I like it.
Yeah.
Anybody
they
watch any more?
What?
Continue.
Oh, I was gonna say there are some of your like normal like anime tropes, but I feel like every anime is gonna have them. But I feel like they do it pretty well when it comes down to it. It's not nowhere near as bad. At least when they do it, they kind of like pull it off a lot better. And they do it in a little bit of different ways. But there are a couple of downfalls, which I find annoying. And the episodes are normally about 24 minutes long. But then going in, you have like there's like a fairy tale moment where a guy, he tells you what's going on, and he's like, long ago there was blank, and then it basically goes through that, and then it cuts in and it shows you what happened on the previous episode, like it kind of gives you like a little snippet, and then it goes into the intro, like the intro song and all that kind of crap, and then it cuts back in, and then it still has a little bit left over of like what happened from the last episode, which is kind of annoying. And then you have your outro song, which pretty much cuts like 6 minutes off of the entire show itself. So like when you're watching it probably like a 18 minute anime. Like that's how like the episodes are pretty much are.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. That it has sort of like a familiar vibe, like sort of a fairy tale, but
yeah.
Does it kind of stand out on its own? Is it like you're constantly comparing it to something that's been out before, or?
No, it's a little different. I mean, I can't like off the top of my head, I can't really give it a comparison right now. Nothing else you can compare it to out there, but I feel like even if you'd had to compare it to something, it still stands up on itself to where you can be like, yeah, watch this, it's real good. It has a lot of characters, kind of like My Hero. They don't get as much limelight, I want to say. It's kind of like you have two main protagonists, and that's what you're kind of bouncing between here and there. And that's pretty much it, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because I've like with Darling in the Franxx, I just want to learn what's going on with 02 and Hero, and that's kind of it. I don't really care about the main or the other like side characters. But like Ichigo,
skip to episode 13.
Be quiet, Fred. Like Ichigo, 02 and Hero are the only characters I really care about in that anime. Like just kind of like there to fluff it out and make it seem like you're not watching just a character or like a show about three people, which pretty much you are. But I feel like in this one, they already know. They don't like, look, we have all these other people here. Don't have to worry about them. This is what you're kind of focusing on. You already know, like, this is what you're focusing on. But it's not like they make the entire show just about them as well. It's not like the dosage. Like, there will be, like, an episode where it'll kind of, like, work on someone else's development, and that's pretty much about it. But other than that, it's a good show. I like it. It's not, like, the best out there. Like, it doesn't compete with some of my favorites. But I feel like it has enough room to be like, hey, you should watch me. I'll give you a good time. Like, it's a good action comedy. And it's action comedy, fantasy, it uses magic and all that kind of stuff. But it's pretty good. I like it. At least the comedy aspect of it. I've like never really laughed out loud when it comes down to that.
Oh, okay. I'll definitely give it a look-see after. Catch up with it. Let's see. Did you you guys saw My Hero, right?
I'll send it to the group.
You have a funny meme?
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
if it's
hopefully
Fred,
you guys think it's funny too.
It's Fred. I don't know. Scroll down.
Are you on Facebook or okay?
Yeah, I just Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Promise me that you'll come back alive. Bitch, my name's in the title of this anime. I don't know if it's like. I mean, I don't know if it's like.
I enjoy fourth wall break, so like that was one of like my more favorite parts of Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Fred, that's never in the actual anime. I've seen that anime. It's not in there.
Oh.
No, it's not. Someone just added it in there. That's Akagama Kill. That's Akagama Kill. I've seen it. She never says that.
Oh, never mind.
There was something else I watched and it was like pretty ridiculous. It was like an anime, I think, and it was kind of off the wall. It wasn't Ghost Stories. It was like, I can't understand what I'm thinking because it's in Japanese or something.
Oh yeah.
The voice actors were kind of like having fun with it.
I like it when they're able to have fun with everything and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. I love the outtakes. Have you seen the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood outtakes?
No, I haven't.
They're hilarious. They're like
if you have a video, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
If you have like a link.
Great.
Send it to me after. But that and what is it? High School DxD, Hero. Fucking, I can't wait to watch it.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about DxD because I'm not too caught up. I think it was part of the old season. Like I watched a little tiny bit.
It looks like I haven't watched. I have my binge that I must do. I have my binge. I always got a binge. It came out April the 10th, so it already came out with its first episode. It's its fourth season. I want to say it was just High School DxD. And then it came out with Born, and then New, and now we have Hero. Which the animation itself looks very, very different. Like the characters look different. So I don't know how I feel about that. Like when Fairy Tail went through the animation change, it kind of caught me off guard. When it had its like Fairy Tail, and then it had Fairy Tail 2014. Mm-hmm. Like that, the kind of animation change threw me off, but I kind of got used to it really quick. But it looks like it's just a continuation of the third season. So I could always look it up. Let's see. Release date. Yeah, it looks like it's just a continuation. Which I love High School DxD. It's hilarious. Oh my god, I love it. I think me and Rico went on a tangent one time about it. But god, not only is the action fucking good, but it's also the comedy in itself is hilarious. And of course you have all the to stare at afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Which is never a bad thing, right?
It's like an ecchi sort of explosion.
Yeah. It's
I'm looking at it
very harrowing.
Because I remember seeing the series like for a long while. Like it's been around. And
yeah,
it's probably like I'm looking at it, it looks like it's around 10 years old from when the light novel was released. But yeah. It like survived. It's crazy. How many anime go like 10 years?
Yeah, like I didn't expect it to come out with its fourth season, and I had no idea until one day I was on Go Anime and I saw that they came out with a new episode and a new season. I was just like, whoa, hold on, I was not prepared for this. So I'm waiting, of course, for my moment so I can binge watch the ever-loving hell out of it, because I can't normally watch anything. But when I do, Lord have mercy on my soul. I can't wait.
As soon as school's done, I'm gonna be in the same mode. I'm gonna look for everything I didn't get to enjoy. Like Yaomushi Pedal came out with a third season, and I couldn't get past 3 episodes because it felt like it was recapping the series, or like it was just going over what happened last season. And I was like, no, like, is this new? Is anything gonna happen? And like, I was like, I don't have time for this.
Like, what I liked about High School DxD is that there's a lot of story it told, but it went through it real quick in a very smooth fashion. Like, each season had like 2 arcs, and each season had, I want to say, like 12 episodes. It was able to go through like 2 quick arcs, like real quick. And like the progression of Issei, which is the main character, is just awesome to see. And getting towards season 3, which is new, like High School DxD new, like it just shows him as like this ultimate badass kind of character. He's still very pervy. He's still like much of a pervert. I don't think that will ever go away. But like he's just changed from like this weakling who couldn't do anything and doubted himself to like this guy who's just like headstrong and is willing to do anything it takes, and it shows, and I fucking love it. Mainly when like one of his friends kind of like, he thinks that they die, and then he goes in and then goes into overdrive and he turns into a dragon himself, and it looks badass, and I fucking loved it. And he was very unconventional too when it came to his fighting styles, or not even just his fighting style, yeah. Because it was very like it put people off when he fought, and that's why I love about it, because it's so funny and they fucking know it's like stupid too, and they call it out. Because there's one of them where it's like Issei's fighting up against one of like these powerful like angel, like he's a fallen angel. And he's just like, hold on. Rias is like one of the main chicks, and she's like, Issei, Lord.
Hey, come on. I can't get too far from the computer. They're not getting my attention. Get on the bed.
Yeah, get on the bed. Damn mutts. But yeah, she's like, Issei, if you win, I'll let you do whatever you want to me. And then Issei just turns to her, and he was just like, does that mean I can suck on damn titties? And the way, if you listen to it in the if you listen to it in the English dub, it's so, I feel like it's funnier because it's I felt like
definitely.
It's just, does that mean you can, or does that mean I can suck on damn titties? And I was just like, God damn it. And then Reese just confirms it, and then he just goes, yeah! It's like he does like this huge like fucking Super Saiyan 3 power up where it's like boost, 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 and he just powers up. And then the guy's just like, what the fuck? Did you just get a power up because you were promised you would suck on some titties? And it was just, ugh, God, like I could pour my heart out to the anime, because it's like it goes past the means of unconventional, and I fucking love it.
And that's High School DxD, right?
Yeah, it's High School DxD.
Okay, now I'm gonna watch it.
Like, there's a lot of harem parts where like tits are out and all that kind of stuff, but I don't even let that distract me. That's just a bonus, all right? That's just like, here's some, enjoy yourself. But I'm just like, I'm more worried like I'm more focused on like the comedy aspect. Like, what are they gonna do next? What are they gonna say next? It's hilarious.
Like, do you recommend watching this in English dub?
I recommend watching it in the dub version. Jesus Lord. That's because I don't know. I just feel like in English, I feel like the actors had more fun with it. I'm not sure the dub or the sub form of it, but I watched it in its pure English version, and I loved it and I enjoyed it. There's like one point where they're like, so Issei is like the Red Dragon Emperor, and his power is that every 10 seconds his power is multiplied by 2, and it's like so great that it's supposed to surpass even like Satan and God, which is like kick ass in itself, but Issei has to like learn how to use all of it. But when he's like, and every time like he powers up, the gauntlet on his arm just says boost. But every time he does something perverted or like thinks something bad's gonna happen to his friends, it just like says it a shit ton of times. It was like boost, 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 and he gets like real powerful. And there's one of them where he goes up against the White Dragon Emperor, or the vanishing dragon, and his power is that he can, anything he touches, he can divide it in half, and then that power becomes his. And then he's fighting him, and he's just like, all right, dimension divide. And then Issei's like, what's going on? And then one of the other guys just like, Issei, just so you know, what he's doing is dividing the dimension. He's like, yeah, so you know what that means, right? And he's just like, he's like, that means Reese Grimmery's tits are going to be divided in half and be smaller. And he's just like, don't you fuck with me.
Yeah, that sounds like it's gonna be a lot more funnier in English. Like,
Yeah, it sounds way more fun.
Yeah, like a lot of people are like, oh no, subbed is the way to go. No, not this anime. I feel like in this anime, it's you watch it in the dubbed form.
Totally.
Yeah, so I can't wait to start binge watching the ever loving shit out of some high school. Like I can't tell you the amount of times I've went and rewatched that anime, like all 3 seasons, just because it's that funny to me.
Right.
But yeah, great series. Highly recommend. Even if you're not into the harem part, I'm pretty sure you can find I think there's some versions that like censor it and whatnot, so you can have it censored, but that's not fun.
Now that I think about it, as far as Haiku JXD goes on the dub, and I remember something on episode 1 that I was watching at Rico's house. The one line I remember is when the dude says, "Dude, how that porn you're watching got you going cray cray," and then Rico mentions like, "Wow, I wonder who translated this."
There's one point they make references to Dragon Ball Z, but since there's like copyright, it's called a Dragon Boy Z. And there's a point where Issei, he's going out and he's trying to make contracts with humans and whatnot, and he meets one of his contracts, and basically the contracts will have the devils do like all kinds of shit, and one of them just wants to hang out, and they're going over basically Dragon Ball Z, talking about how like, well, I was born first, therefore I gotta watch all of the episodes when they came out on air. And then it's basically like the old nerd debate of like, oh well, I was born first and I was able to watch it, from the beginning on air, and the other one was just like, well, I have all of it on like Blu-ray and all that kind of stuff, and I have all the cover art and all that kind of crap. So it's funny. I like the self-references it makes every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know they had that in Japan, like the whole, 90s babies are better than,
I'm pretty sure that's anywhere you go.
I mean, I thought that was just an American thing.
I mean, people are still people.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But we haven't talked about the anime that we are here to talk about, and that's My Hero Academia.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So my lads, and my ladies, what did y'all think about the episode?
I liked it better than the last episode. Well, no, I didn't. I like it better than the first episode, but not as much as the second.
I liked it because they were actually doing some training in the training camp instead of just exposition.
I'm glad. Oh, you go, John. You go.
Yeah. They're really setting up for the villains to come in, and I bet next episode is going to be like crazy hype. But yeah, it was just a little bit of setup with a little bit of just showing off the students and what they're doing.
Yeah. I'm glad they were able to answer my question from last episode that we did on how they're going to be trying to train each individual quirk. And damn, I'm just, they had fucking Deku dancing. Or yeah, I'm like, how's that gonna help? I don't know, but it's working. I guess he's
Yeah.
tired, or whatnot.
He's got to
So
fill his muscles somehow.
yeah, right. Then they had Bakugo. He was putting his hands in boiling water, trying to expand the sweat glands. They had Asui trying to climb a mountain using her tongue. They had
a tail guy, like hitting a tail against Kirishima.
yeah, Kirishima, and then they had Uraraka just floating infinitely.
Yeah, spinning about, trying not to hurl.
Yeah, and they had the other
I'm not
belly
sure
button
what
guy,
that
I forget his name.
does.
Well, it gets her resistance up. If you're
Yeah.
subjected to something enough times, you get used to it. You know,
They
Yeah,
said
but
it
resistance to
like-
what?
to her own power. She
Yeah.
gets very sick when she's in zero gravity.
Oh.
or when she's like the longer she uses her power, the more sick she'll end up feeling.
Mhm.
And what they're having her do is they're having her use her power like for a long amount of time, a lot of times, so that her resistance and resilience to her using her own power is built up and she doesn't feel as sick from it anymore.
I gotcha. Yeah.
And,
Something I liked about the episode. Oh, continue.
I was just gonna go over more of the students, but you go, Fred. You go.
Something that I liked about this episode that they tapped on is something that I never thought about. It's like when Deku was trying to talk to Koda, and he didn't really know what to say, and then it's all like, "Oh right, that's another trait of All Might. All Might always knows what to say. He's not just strong. He knows what to tell people." And Deku's all like, you're talking to Todoroki, and he's all like, "I was wondering what All Might would say, but I don't know what he would say. I don't know." You know? And that just tapped on the fact that there's more to being All Might than just being strong and saving people.
Well, yeah, I think everyone's known from the beginning there was more All Might after, just seeing him in general and the quirky pun way that he acts and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He's always been like that wellspring of knowledge for Deku.
They don't
or
call
Totoro.
him the symbol of peace because he's super strong. He gives
Yeah,
people
no.
hope. It's just a huge symbol of like what the world can be.
But Fred brought up Koda, which was the kid from the fucking Wild Wild Pussycats. They also had that fucking the jacked guy that was one of the Pussycats. I was just like, what the hell? But Koda hates quirks or I guess the superhero thing in general, supervillain, the whole system.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm curious to know why or if I don't care.
I don't know. They kind of
'Cause I'm like,
explain a little bit.
A little
Get
bit.
that?
Yeah, no, they explain the entire thing because his parents died trying to save people. And at a young age, he doesn't understand heroes and all that. And he
But at the
hates
same-
heroes.
I think he does understand. It's just that he feels it's the world's fault, I guess.
Yeah, he's just kind of like an angsty kid right now. But at the same time, he looks like he's also has a quirk himself, and he's been using it because you could see once Deku tries to go up there and talk to him and all that kind of stuff and see how he's doing, it pans away and it shows like the wall right next to him, and it shows that it's been indented and beaten up. So it looks like he's been doing something with that quirk,
Maybe.
unless he's just punching it. But it looks like he does have a quirk. Yeah.
I wonder what his quirk is.
That'd be cool. Maybe it has something to do with his hat. Maybe he has horns. And his hat is hiding the horns.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's possible.
it's possible. He's just like ramming it with his head.
Yeah. Wants to break off his horns so he doesn't have a quirk anymore.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh yeah.
But then you have all the people. You have Dabi. Is it Dabi or Dabai or whatever? I can't remember how you say his name. The new villain.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that.
The one that looks like Frankenstein's monster when all jacked up on his face.
Mhm.
But yeah, I was talking to John about this earlier, but once you see him, or it's like somewhere in the middle where you see Team B or Class B, like, you know, trying to scare people in the forest, and then they're like, "Oh, what's that smoke? Or what's that, you know, smell? What's going on?" And then you hear like someone screaming, and then you hear more of it, and a little bit more and more, and then you finally see, like, it gets towards the end, and it turns into this like hardcore, like metal, fucking music for the villains, and I was just like, "Whoa, I really like this song. I want this song. I want to buy it. I want to download it. It's just so cool." But alas, they haven't released.
I gotcha.
Kind of curious about their abilities. Like, there's a lizard guy. There's Dobby.
Yeah.
Looks like he's like a flame guy.
There's
I bet there's more to it than just fire.
yeah, pretty sure. I would hope there's more to it than just fire. And I like how they hinted at Todoroki when he was doing his training, where he's like taking a bath and he's freezing the water and everything around him, and then he's using his heat to melt everything and all that, and he's just doing that, and they're like, well, one day he might have to use his powers at the same time, like simultaneously. And I was just like, I knew it. I'm hoping that one day he does.
Right. I kind of like the detail that they threw more. Like, I know they touched upon it a little tiny bit, like in the last 2 seasons. Deku's dad had a quirk that he didn't inherit, and all we know about his dad is basically he's not around, and that he would spit fire, or, you know, he had fire breath.
Just like a lot of dads.
Is that like a sexual commentary?
No, it's just like, how many dads are like not around in any fandom?
Okay, I thought you were saying like dads spit fire because they're always angry, and like they're always saying, like, I don't know, dads are always angry. I thought that was kind of where you were going.
No, I mean like just like any other dad in anime, they're not there.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I feel like parents in general are never there.
Never. Like, you know, Gohan, obviously his dad was never there, but even though his dad was there, they had to fight people. Andy's dad was never there. Let's see who else. Bambi's dad was never there.
Did you say Bambi?
Yeah, Bambi.
He's going to Disney now.
Yeah, I'm going to like a lot of fandom. The Doctor's dad was never there.
The Doctor? What the fuck?
Yeah.
You're just saying names. You're just saying, who the fuck's the Doctor?
Doctor Who!
Well, you didn't say that. You just said the Doctor. You act like I should know who that is.
Well, I mean, you kind of should.
No, I shouldn't, because I don't care about Doctor Who.
And then, like, of the few parents that we see that are there, it's parents like the dude from Full Metal Alchemist.
I mean, technically he wasn't, but then he showed up like last minute and then died.
Yeah. Goodbye, Honan.
You know whose parents are there? Issei's parents are there. From High School DxD. His parents are always there. They live in the house with him. But then it's always convenient when they're gone. Because they'll be like out on vacation and stuff.
I always thought it was
They're
cool.
there.
It's like they're like, hey, I'm going to high school, but my parents are so rich that, you know, I can live in this house all by myself because their jobs can afford it.
Yeah, no, Issei still lives with his parents and whatnot, but they get brainwashed several times.
Like in Death Note.
From Parasite, that was a truly tragic parent story.
Then like in and then like in Death Note. And then like in Death Note. Oh no, I haven't. Okay, but like in Death Note, Light Yagami parents are always there. And then like in a few episodes you have them say, Mom, I'm not gonna eat dinner, I'm just gonna go to my room and study, and then you just have to take potato chips, and then like you brought in names and all the a bunch of names in the notebook, and then like there's this one episode where they put security cameras, spoiler alert for anybody watching Death Note, but they put security cameras inside his room because, you know, L says, oh, Light Yagami is Akira. And then when his dad had one security footage, he's like, You know, my wife told me that he goes up to bed without eating dinner and all that. But he's like, he still doesn't believe it. So then when like Yagami gets like books off of the shelf, it's porn magazines. So where was I going with this?
I don't know.
I don't remember, but yeah, his parents are always there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And let's see. Oh yeah, so what about Parasite, John?
Oh yeah, I was asking if you guys had seen it.
No, I have not.
I haven't.
It's like absolutely awesome. You guys should see it.
I shall now.
It reminds me too much of Resident Evil, so I don't know why. I mean, yeah, I know why, but like,
Wait. You just said you haven't seen it, and now you're saying it reminds you of Resident Evil that you haven't seen.
Because the pictures I've seen of it, with the way the face opens up, it reminds me of those zombies from Resident Evil.
Oh,
Like
give it
before.
a chance.
Okay, yeah. Like before somebody told me it was an anime, I kept thinking it was a promotional poster for the next Resident Evil game.
Yeah, I guess.
Like and have you seen like some of the promotional posters for it or no?
No, I have not, Fred.
Okay, I'm gonna try and look for one.
I'm pretty sure if you try to show me, I'm just gonna disagree.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
it was a pretty good episode.
pretty good episode. Yeah, I can't wait for the next episode. I'm hoping there's a lot of Detroit Smash and whatnot going on.
Mm-hmm. I want him to keep using his powers, so we could stay in the form.
Yeah, I'm surprised that. Yeah, if anything, I'm surprised they didn't like for his training and it was it like a duration test to see how long
you would think
he could
so,
stay.
right? But
Yeah,
I think he's still keeping his powers secret. Still, kind of like it's very vague. Everyone doesn't really know about it. It's just like, oh, he's strong and he hurts himself when he uses it.
Yeah, except now he doesn't. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like he would have to explain, like, oh yeah, I have one for all.
Right.
So figure it out.
Yeah. Me and all my are in cahoots. That's what's totally not going on. Just try to be blatantly obvious about it, and hopefully no one catches on.
Yeah, like All Might can give people powers.
Except y'all. He doesn't want to give y'all powers for some reason. I am the one, the Master Son.
Mm-hmm.
You blend, you slut.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty good episode today, and yeah, I might have to turn in early because I have class tomorrow.
How long have we been going?
About an hour. It's been very slow.
About an hour. Wow. Maybe we've just gone through so many topics so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or maybe we just didn't talk enough about topics, or maybe we just need recap.
Mm-hmm. Need better topics, I think.
Okay.
We just went to the topics real quick. No, that does not look
more
like
topics that we all know about. That way you can keep the conversation going.
Aaron, what'd you say?
That does not look like. No. If anything, that looks more like something from, like, Beetlejuice.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I think it's a good time to call it. Then we can get up next time.
Yep, that sounds good.
Alright, guys.
All right,
That's the end
peace
of
out,
the
guys.
podcast. See you guys later.
Yeah.